Hello everyone, I'm back with another top 5 villains list. This time it's my top 5 villains for the Star-Spangled Avenger, Captain America. I'll look at the villains I think would make the best opponents for Captain America, and how their origins and background might be different in the MCU. As with my previous videos, I've examined his rogues gallery and placed most of his villains into the following categories. Evil Germans. Baron Strucker, Hatemonger, Red Skull, and Masterman belong in this category. Mad Scientists. Baron Zemo, Arnim Zola, Dr. Faustus, and Machine Smith in this category. Freaks of Science. MODOK, Mr. Hyde, Vermin, and Primus. Combat Experts. Crossbones, Taskmaster, Batroc, and Protocyte. And finally, Snake-themed villains. Cobra, Viper, Constrictor, and Sidewinder belong in this category. As usual, I've worked to include most of these categories in my list of top 5 DC villains for Captain America. Number 5. Cobra. Jeffrey Burr was born as half of a pair of conjoined twins. He and his brother Jason were separated shortly after birth, but Jeffrey was then stolen by members of the cult of the Cobra God, who believed in a prophecy that told them Jeffrey was the chosen one who would lead their cult to world domination. Under their guidance, Jeffrey became a deadly warrior, sadistic criminal mastermind, and international terrorist. He has clashed with numerous DC heroes over the years, most notably Batman, as well as his own brother Jason. In the MCU, his background would be the same, but he would become a major adversary for Captain America and S.H.I.E.L.D. after multiple terrorist attacks on the United States. After suffering repeated defeats, Cobra would form a strike team of his most fanatic and devoted followers, performing various experiments on them to give them superpowers. These agents would be called the Serpent Squad and be tasked with the mission of eliminating Captain America for their master. Eventually, his lover, Viper, would betray him and form her own rival faction of the Cobra cult, leading to a war between the two factions. Number 4. Bane. One of Batman's most dangerous foes and the man who literally broke him, Bane is a physical powerhouse who, when enhanced with venom, possesses superhuman strength, as well as a genius-level intellect, making him a match for the Dark Knight both physically and mentally. As a child, Bane was imprisoned for crimes committed by his father, growing to adulthood behind bars. He was chosen for an experiment to test the super steroid venom, which had killed all the previous test subjects. Bane later escaped and went to Gotham to challenge Batman, becoming the one villain who successfully defeated the Dark Knight. He became one of Batman's most tenacious enemies, returning again and again to finally complete his goal of destroying Batman once and for all. In the MCU, Venom would be derived from the Super Soldier Serum, and the American government would be behind the experiments that led to Bane becoming addicted to Venom. Growing to hate the US government, Bane would travel to America to destroy the living symbol of that government, Captain America. Bane would succeed in breaking Batman's spine, leading the government to replace Steve Rogers with John Walker. Eventually, Rogers would recover from his injury and return to the role of Captain America and defeat Bane. But Bane would return to face Captain America again, determined to break his spirit as well as his body. Before I go any further, let me take a moment to mention that most of the viewers on my channel are not subscribed. So, while you're here, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. That sort of engagement really helps with the YouTube algorithm and gets the channel out to more viewers. Thank you. Number 3. The Ultrahumanite. One of Superman's earliest villains, the Ultrahumanite is a scientist who has enhanced his intellect and uses it to acquire ever greater power. Originally human, Ultra later transferred his brain into the mutated body of a white gorilla, giving himself increased physical abilities as well. Ultra later fought the JSA and JLA as well as facing Superman repeatedly over the years. In the MCU, his origin would basically remain the same, but during World War II, he would face Captain America instead of Superman. And when Captain America returned after being frozen for decades, Ultra would re-emerge to face Captain America again, clashing with him repeatedly over the years, eventually even reforming the Masters of Evil and leading them in battle against Captain America and the Avengers. Number 2. Baron Blitzkrieg. Originally a vicious German officer, Blitzkrieg was disfigured when a prisoner in the concentration camp he commanded struck his face with a bottle filled with acid. He was later subjected to experiments that gave him superhuman abilities, including super strength, flight, and heat vision. But he was limited in that he can only use his abilities one at a time. During World War II, he fought the All-Star Squadron, and years later fought Superman and Wonder Woman. In the MCU, his origin would remain the same, and he would become Germany's counterpart to Captain America as a super soldier and propaganda figure. He would clash with Captain America and the invaders during the war, and when Captain America returned in the modern era, Blitzkrieg, who also ages slowly, would re-emerge to face Captain America and the Avengers, becoming one of Cap's greatest foes as the living embodiment of everything Captain America was originally created to defeat. Number 1. Deathstroke. Slade Wilson was a lieutenant colonel in the Army when he was subjected to an experiment that transformed him into a super soldier, giving him enhanced strength, speed, and reflexes, as well as heightened senses and a limited healing factor. He later left the military and became an assassin for hire, first facing the Teen Titans and later becoming a rival to Batman, as well as fighting numerous other DC heroes, including the Justice League. In the MCU, Slade would be the result of the government's attempt to duplicate the experiment that originally created Captain America. He would then later go AWOL and become a hired killer, bringing him into conflict with Captain America and S.H.I.E.L.D. numerous times over the years. Deathstroke would be an opponent that always tests Captain America to his physical limits, as well as presenting a complete rejection of everything that Captain America values, including his devotion to serving his country and valuing human life, making him a direct challenge to Captain America's beliefs. Whether facing Captain America alone or facing the Avengers as a member of the Masters of Evil, Deathstroke would become one of Captain America's greatest enemies, rivaling Cap in terms of both physical prowess and combat skills. Let me know what you thought of this list and what heroes you'd like to see me tackle next down in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.